Good afternoon. What am I doing sitting in the back of the car? Well, I've just come back from work and I'm going fishing. Lovely surprise this morning when I got there because there was a hold all and a rucksack packed with clothes with my initials on there. So the new stuff has come in for the players and the staff this season, and I actually put some of it on because I've been doing interviews today. In fact, along with other things, I've done 5 interviews, so quite a busy day on that front. I do enjoy doing interviews though. It's really good. It's just like talking to people, just like having a chat with somebody about football. So it's always a pleasure and never a burden. However, just reaching down there to get the net set up, it was my intention to go fishing after work anyway, and that's where lure angling comes into its own, because you can get all your gear very easily in the back of the car, in the boot to be precise, so it's out of sight, although where I do park is very safe anyway, because I can see the car from where I am. Plus it's a rural location, so that's always a big plus. But if you can keep your gear covered up, that's obviously a big advantage for this sort of scenario. And lure fishing is perfect for that, because you don't have to take a lot of tackle with you to work or wherever you're going. Just pop the rod, the net and the bag with your tackle in the boot of the car, and it's quite literally away you go. And I'm just after my boots now. I know they're in here somewhere. I'll find them in a moment. Here they are. So I always put my boots on, although it's very dry at the moment. We haven't had any rainfall for a few days, so it's very dry, but I do like to put my boots on. And today's target is perch. They are my favourite fish, and I think it's true to say that I probably fish for them. Oh, and the unhooking mat as well, don't forget that. I fish for them more than all the other species put together, so definitely worthy of the title of my favourite fish. Anyway, I'm sorted, no time at all, and I'm going to have an hour or so lure fishing on this small pool. Going to make my first cast. It's a tight swim, so just a small chuck out initially. Mini jigging, 2-inch minnow. It's a Berkeley bait. Just inching that way through the water. A small jig head, just 1 gram. So even the small perch have got a very good chance of ending up on the bank. But also, if you do catch something bigger as well, you can also connect with that one. Well, nothing on the first cast. Let's see how the others go, shall we? I've been here about 15 minutes so far, so a fair number of casts in that time, and I haven't had a fish, neither have I had a pluck. Just bringing that bait enticingly through the water, and experience on this particular pool tells me that if I've been here this long and I haven't caught anything, then it's definitely going to be a tough session, because it's full of small perch. Well, it has been in the past, at least when I've been on here. Nothing to say that that's not the case now. And it's often a fish a chuck, or at least a a pluck, a chuck. But today, as I've stated, nothing at all. As of yet, and that's the key, isn't it? As of yet. Because as long as my bait, whatever that bait may be, whether it's a static maggot or a moving lure, as long as that bait's in the water, then of course I've got a chance. My footballing day has been far more productive than my fishing. I haven't even had one small perch on the bank this evening. I've had a couple of plucks though. They're out there. They just don't want to play ball, do they? It's the way it goes though. Sometimes you can't win them all. And especially when you are lure fishing like I am, no pike in here, just perch. So my target, as far as species is concerned, is narrowed down. If I was fishing with a maggot on the float, I'm sure I would have had a few rudd, perch, tench, everything else by now. But when you're fishing with a lure as well, again, quite a focused way of targeting fish, isn't it? Never mind, I've enjoyed it. That's what counts. It's a glorious day. Nice breeze as well. And I'm bringing this lure in right to the end of right to the edge of the pool. Always remember to do that, because it's often there that fish that are following will take the bait. However, on this occasion, that's not the case. That's me done. Back home. It's been a long day. Tell you what, I'm going to have one more cast. It's been a long day for me. I was up at 6 o'clock this morning and I'll be back home well after 8. But I've been fishing, and that's one of the points that I'm always making. Work things through well. Think you're fishing through, think your plans, a lure rod in the boot of the car, and you can grab a session like I have today, even on the busiest of days. Right, this will be my last cast, and I'll see you soon.